My name's Ethan. I was hired as an integration consultant. What I like about my position so far is probably the creative freedom that we have here. So we have a problem to solve, and what we ultimately know is what they're trying to do, and we get to decide what that looks like in terms of solutioning. So it could be, one thing or another, and one might be better for future growth. One might just be cheaper for now, and it depends on the client. So we get to kind of have that discussion, build a relationship, and have something come out of that. And the process, it involves some creativity, and I like that. I think so. I don't know how much I can say about our kind of like relax time, because every Friday we have an hour set aside at the end of the day. We call it roll call. I don't quite know why we call it that yet, but I'm sure there's a reason. And I don't know, the interactions definitely didn't feel like I was sitting there with my boss, so I'm gonna say yes. What surprised me most is probably two things. One, the culture it's laid back in a way that I haven't experienced personally before. I've worked from home, and that has its own type of laid back, and I've worked in an office setting which was not laid back. So it was new. It's not that there's anything that I think is wrong with it. It's just new to me, and so that surprised me because I didn't really know what to expect. And two was the actual technology itself. I've mostly done code-based platforms, so starting with something that's a little bit lower code was different and surprised me because it has more options than I thought there would be, because I've always viewed low code as being pretty simplistic, but they allow for enough customization that it's pretty powerful. I mean, as a new company, there's a lot of stuff that we're still putting together, right? And I say new, but it's growing. I think it's the more important part. But there's a lot of things that are still being put together, and those can be interesting challenges. I'm sure this will shift a little bit as I have more on my plate, but right now I get to spend some time kind of thinking about those challenges and putting together little things here and there. So there's just a lot to learn and play with right now. I'm hoping to, one, have first client done with and hopefully done well, to where they have good feedback. That would be a good start. And two, I think I would like to have a couple of projects used internally, kind of tying into the what motivates me every day. There's been a couple problems that I've taken a particular interest in and have ideas that have been received well, and I want to see if I can actually make those reality. I think speak to historical experience where you can. There were definitely several points throughout the interview, or even not the informal parts of it where you're just talking to them to set it up, where something that I mentioned just offhanded about a project that I'd done personally, or a technology I'd worked with, or why I was working with it, they sparked conversations that were probably more impactful to the interview process than the interview. So would definitely recommend to try to speak about things that you're well informed on, because those are probably going to do you more justice than the very narrow answers you'll have to specific questions.